Well, guys, it finally happened. Coffeezilla has finally released a video on MrBeast, contrary to what many people thought he would do. Just for some background here, you have this video right here by somebody named The Cavernacle that kind of went viral. He titled it the MrBeast Defense Squad. These YouTubers helped MrBeast get away with it for years. I actually made a video kind of in response to this, and I basically said the only person I really defended was Coffeezilla. I couldn't really defend Moist Critical because when it comes to Moist Critical, I actually do agree with the Cavernacle. Same thing with Philip DeFranco. I kind of see where he's going as well. But in regards to Coffeezilla, I made my response right here, which was titled Why Coffeezilla Has Been Silent on MrBeast. And what I said in that video is that Coffeezilla is not a drama channel. I guess some people may think he is because he covers scams that often kind of intertwine with drama as well. But at the end of the day, he's an internet detective. He doesn't really cover the drama regarding Rosanna and Dogpack 404 and all that other stuff. He really sticks to the finance stuff. Anything dealing with money, crypto, finance, MrBeast covers. And so what happened was, and I did make a video on this as well, you had five people, a bunch of crypto sleuths, headed by a guy named Casper Vanderlook. And basically, they released a 100-page investigation, basically, going into MrBeast's crypto activities and how he made over $23 million from a bunch of shady deals and pre-sales and different things like that with this crypto wallet. Now, I made a video about this as well. And in that video, I said that I strongly believe that Coffeezilla is going to make a video on this, and sure enough, he did. So let's actually go ahead and go to Coffeezilla's video, and I got certain timestamps that I'm going to go to, and we're going to just kind of react to exactly what Coffeezilla is saying, and here we go.
I think are actually worse than have been reported, and still other allegations I simply disagree with them on. So we're going to start with what I don't agree with. According to the report, Polychain Monsters, or PMON, is a project which KSI promoted heavily. MrBeast did not. But MrBeast did get in the pre-sale and make a lot of money. And thus, the conclusion is made, it's highly likely MrBeast made an investment from that insider information of KSI's promotional deal. But there's simply no evidence provided of this. I have the same thoughts about JigStack, another coin which KSI promoted, and the conclusion is, though MrBeast did not officially follow JigStack, in his network, KSI was involved in promoting JigStack. From this information, MrBeast invested and made a large return. Here again, there isn't concrete proof. Now, I asked the team who wrote this piece, and the lead author, Casper Vanderlook, told me, quote, having known MrBeast's having a very strong connection with KSI, it's basically highly probable he was vested as a result of KSI. No concrete evidence, just going off probabilities.
Okay, so shout out to Coffeezilla right here, because what he's doing is, and this speaks to how good of a journalist he is, he went through the entire report and he found certain things and he's like, well, you know what? I don't really think this holds any water. I don't think MrBeast participated in any shady deals with this. And then when he asked the lead author behind the paper, behind the investigation, he basically says, oh, well, I'm just going off probabilities, which no issue with him. Him and his team did a great job, but I just think it's great of Coffeezilla to kind of comb through this and figure out, okay, what's the real stuff here and what's the stuff that is more so kind of speculation. And I think those two parts are more so speculation. Let's go ahead and go to another timestamp where he kind of talks about this crypto token called Super that involves a few other crypto influencers. And let's hear what he has to say about that.
Discussing a gym at eye-watering prices that's going to explode during the summer. And MrBeast's response is the coin he's selling. So publicly, it's signaling, hey, Super is this undervalued coin, and privately, MrBeast allegedly sold. Now, I ran these wallets by MrBeast, as well as the accusation, but I didn't get a reply. Instead, I got a heavily lawyered statement from a spokesman, who I'm going to warn you is about to complicate things. Quote, these investments were made and managed in consultation with industry experts to ensure full compliance with all appropriate rules and regulations. The wallet is not owned or managed by Jimmy, but rather a fund led by respected and sophisticated managers. The fund closely evaluated and scrutinized hundreds and hundreds of opportunities, which resulted in several investments. Some have been more successful, others less, and others still works in progress. The fund's investment strategies apply the same rigorous standards as many other experienced investors in the field.
Okay, so let's go back and dissect that lawyer's statement because I have a lot to say about that. So it says here, these investments were made and managed in consultation with blah, 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 blah. The wallet is not owned or managed by Jimmy, but rather a fund led by respected and sophisticated managers. However, here's the trick, though. You're saying that the fund is not managed or owned by Jimmy. I'm sorry, the wallet. The crypto wallet, they're saying, is not owned or managed by Jimmy. But wait a second. You tweeted from your account, MrBeast. He tweeted from his account these certain crypto coins, and Coffeezilla pointed that out in the video. So fine. It's not owned or managed by Jimmy, but you clearly work with Jimmy, and Jimmy, MrBeast, clearly knows what's going on because you're trying to make it seem like, you know, this specific crypto fund is just managing the wallet and doing everything on their own. But no, you're still using MrBeast's popularity and fame to get traction to that coin so you can then sell and make money. So to me, that still counts. You can't hide behind a BS lawyer statement when MrBeast is tweeting about these coins and then you have this wallet making a bunch of money off of it pre-sale. It's crazy. Let's keep going.
Closely evaluated and scrutinized hundreds and hundreds of rigorous standards as many other experienced investors in the field. Now, I have a lot of questions, but the big thing is Jimmy denies doing any of the trading or managing the trading and blames it on a fund. So I asked some obvious follow-up questions. What is the name of this fund? Who are the industry experts? And what rules and regulations were followed that allowed you to tweet about a coin while your fund is selling? I didn't get a response. It's worth mentioning the spokesman is Matthew Hiltzik, a well-known crisis management consultant. Thankfully, online, there still are a number of
So MrBeast, this just screams guilty all over. It really does. The fact that MrBeast's crisis PR team, he hired a crisis PR team led by former exec at Harvey Weinstein's company. That's the guy that is helping MrBeast navigate through everything. And it just makes you look even more guilty when instead of you just answering simple questions, you're hiding behind this fancy PR lawyer that you hired. Let's go ahead and go to the next timestamp of what Coffeezilla has to say. Here we go.
Abundantly clear Jason Williams was involved. He says, "Hey Gary, thanks for the VFriends gift goat. It was a gift from Gary to MrBeast. I'm very thankful for it. He didn't have to send anything." So once again, Jason Williams appears to be involved and have something to do with the trading or management of MrBeast's crypto wallet, but we know MrBeast made some of the decisions. So of course, I asked MrBeast to explain himself if he had any say over the trading. But once again, there's no response. So now I want to turn back to Super.
And you know what's so interesting about this? Isn't it funny how the tables kind of turn, guys? Because at one hand, people were saying on the internet, oh, Coffeezilla won't talk about MrBeast because they're friends. Coffeezilla and MrBeast are buddies. He doesn't want to hurt his buddy. And it's been made abundantly clear that they're clearly not buddies and they never were. MrBeast is simply just somebody who is a big YouTuber. Coffeezilla at that time was a big up-and-coming YouTuber, and he was different. He was very different, and I think that intrigued MrBeast, and MrBeast decided to go on his channel. Just because somebody does a collab with somebody on their channel or goes on their channel does not make them friends. I've had plenty of people come on my channel collab, and we are not friends. We're just people who collab. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And what you're seeing now, to even prove further that they're not friends, Coffeezilla is literally reaching out to this guy, and he won't even respond. Like, he just won't say anything. Nothing. Not a word, not just some BS lawyer statement from the PR team. Now, some people might say, okay, well, the reason why he won't respond is because Coffeezilla is an internet detective and he's clearly investigating MrBeast. But it's like, okay, well, wait a minute. On one hand, people are saying that you two are friends. On top of that, MrBeast is denying all wrongdoing to anything. So if you went on this guy's channel before and you have some sort of relationship, wouldn't it kind of make sense to say something? Maybe I'm just different, maybe, but I'm just thinking like, okay, if there's somebody who's been on my channel and I think they have good intentions, even if I think that they're investigating something that I'm being accused of, I would expect at least that if I give them my side of the story, they are going to share that on their platform and be fair. And that's the biggest problem when people refuse to answer any of Coffeezilla's questions, because now you're not able to give your side of the story and it just makes you look worse. And to be completely honest, I really do think that he's guilty of a lot of this shady crypto stuff, just like a bunch of these other YouTubers. I mean, let's make this even broader. Let's take this to the next level here. Look at the people that he hangs around. If you hang around a bunch of drunks, If 5 of your best friends drink alcohol, you're going to be the 6th. Look at who this guy hangs with. He's in partnership with Logan Paul, crypto scammer, KSI, got exposed by Coffeezilla for being in the crypto. He was doing collabs or whatever with Gary Vee, another crypto grifter. Like, these are the people that he surrounds himself with. But anyway, let's go ahead and keep watching the video.
We know from leaked DMs that MrBeast and not Jason set up this presale, and we know that MrBeast made the tweet. So now we have to guess. Here's what we know. We know MrBeast set up the presale according to leaked screenshots. We know MrBeast made the tweet, but we don't know whether it was Jason doing the trading of Super or if he...
But it doesn't matter, because if MrBeast is the one who posted the tweets from his account, made the post about it, participated in the presale and everything like that, even if somebody else did the trading, it doesn't matter. You had knowledge of what happened. This is the trick. You can't just say, oh, well, I did this and I had no idea they were going to do it. Yes, you did. You knew that they were going to sell and make money, and you definitely benefited somehow. Ain't nobody using their platform for free. Influencers do not use their platform for free. They do not randomly say, hey, I'm going to tweet about this crypto and I get no benefit. You get all the benefit. That is not how this stuff works. MrBeast is 1000% a part of this.
He was doing the trading, did MrBeast know about it? Did Jason know about the tweet? These are the questions that ultimately matter. And yes, I reached out to Jason Williams for a comment. He didn't reply. I did, however, get a hold of Elio Trades, who is...
Of course he didn't reply. By the way, make sure you guys check out Coffeezilla's video. I don't have time to go over the whole thing because this will literally be an hour-long video. I'm just going over the parts that stood out to me. But definitely make sure you go check out the GOAT, Coffeezilla's video. And yeah, let's go to the next part. Here we go.
Didn't happen until after the fund sold in November 30th. The transfer happened in December 23rd. So of course, I went to MrBeast directly to answer this and see if there was some more context they could provide. There was no response other than the statement we've already read from MrBeast that he did not control the trading. Although again, that isn't a really satisfying answer because we've established MrBeast would...
Yeah, so one of the things that's making this investigation so hard is Coffeezilla isn't getting any sort of cooperation. The Jason Williams guy who was involved in the super token sales with one of MrBeast's alleged accounts, he's not saying anything. He was able to get a contact with this guy named Elio Trades, but that wasn't really helpful. And then he reached out to MrBeast again. This section right here at the 15-minute mark is about the NFTs that MrBeast was also involved in and making money in as well. And again, he just... giving him that generic lawyer PR statement, which is so trash. Let me go to the last part of this video that I wanted to react to, and we'll go from there. Here we go.
DM'd MrBeast and told him his crypto team would ruin his reputation, and if so, was that ignored? I hate to leave so many unanswered questions here, but I warned you, this was a complicated story, and a big part of the problem is the guy at the center of this story cannot or will not give more than a heavily lawyered statement through a spokesman who's a crisis management consultant. And let me just say, it's also frustrating that this statement takes zero accountability. Despite the fact MrBeast's team knew every major allegation that we're laying out here today, there is no mention of selling while MrBeast was tweeting about Super Token. There's no mention of them selling tokens a month after they partnered with a 2-month charity auction. And because of that, this statement feels very hollow. I think to MrBeast and probably to his fund, maybe this is just business, you know? They set out to make a lot of money, and they made a lot of money. What's the problem, right? This is America. They might think this is the biggest MrBeast nothing burger since MrBeast Burger. But look, honestly, I'd agree with them if they had done this crypto stuff without using MrBeast's name. But they want to have their cake and eat it too. This fund trades on MrBeast's name, as we've seen. They get in pre-sales based on his name. He tweets from his public account, and they're putting his name publicly on projects' websites instead of a fund. But when things go south, suddenly, oh, MrBeast, what? No, no liability, just because he's not sitting there physically pressing the buttons. I don't think that's the way it works. Look, I want to close with the final part of this CryptoPunks podcast we showed you earlier, because in many ways, I think it's a microcosm of this story. Obviously, I have to say, I'm not making any comments or judgments about the guy who's suing.
Okay, so that's pretty much the end of the video. Yeah, I think Coffeezilla did a great job. I already know. I can already guess what people are going to say because people are never satisfied. I'm sure there are going to be people in the comments that are going to be like, oh, you're being too soft on MrBeast. I don't know. Like, I already know the playbook because I'm a YouTuber myself and I get the same type of comments. Oh, you're being soft. You're blah, blah, blah. They're definitely going to do that. People in the comments are going to be like, oh, you're being soft. You're not being as hard, blah, 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 blah. But to just give my objective opinion here, I thought he did a great job. I thought he stuck to the facts. At the end of the day, MrBeast didn't really give him much. No statements or anything, but Coffeezilla did a good job of pretty much deducing that, yeah, this guy is pretty dang shady. Like, even though he didn't control the crypto wallets, he clearly has some sort of partnership or some sort of inner workings with his people, and he definitely benefited in some way. And at the end of the day, this is once again another episode of big content creators and YouTubers taking advantage of their audience and profiting off them, and it's absolutely disgusting. So anyway, Coffeezilla finally broke his silence. I think that's awesome. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.